How you doing, everybody? My name is Dr. Sammy BAYA. Please welcome back to my YouTube channel. Marriage between a Heyoka Empath and a Narcissist. That's the title of this video. The union between a Heyoka Empath and a Narcissist is a complex, challenging, and often emotionally tumultuous relationship. A Heyoka Empath, often referred to as a sacred clown or reverse empath, has a unique way of perceiving the world. Heyoka empaths are deeply in tune with others' emotions, but may also mirror or play the role of a provocateur to reveal hidden truths. In contrast, a narcissist is a person with a deep need for admiration, often lacking empathy and driven by self-interest. When the Heyoka empath and the narcissist, when these two personalities intertwine in a marriage, it can create a volatile dynamic that is hard to break free from, yet deeply transformative. In the early stages of the relationship, the narcissist is often drawn to the Heyoka empath's ability to mirror and reflect their best qualities. The Heyoka, who is naturally intuitive and often understands others on a profound level, may serve as the ideal partner for a narcissist craving constant validation and attention. The empath's willingness to put others first can make them seem like the perfect counterpart to the self-centered nature of the narcissist. This initial phase might feel like a deep connection, where the narcissist feels seen and the Heyoka feels needed. However, as the relationship progresses, the cracks in this seemingly perfect union begin to show. A narcissist's need for admiration becomes insatiable. They may demand validation in increasingly manipulative ways, testing the boundaries of the Heyoka empath's compassion and understanding. In response, the Heyoka may feel drained and overwhelmed by the emotional demands of their partner. They have an innate desire to heal, but the narcissist's emotional needs often far exceed what the Heyoka can give, leading to feelings of resentment and burnout. For the Heyoka empath, this relationship is especially difficult because they are highly attuned to the narcissist's emotional wounds. The Heyoka empath often senses that their partner's behavior is rooted in insecurity and fear. This gives the Heyoka a deep empathy for their narcissistic spouse, making it harder for them to set boundaries. The Heyoka may fall into the trap of believing that their partner's narcissism can be healed with enough love, understanding, and care, leading them to sacrifice their own needs repeatedly. On the other hand, the narcissist sees the Heyoka empath as a source of power, admiration, and emotional support. They may view the Heyoka's sensitivity as a weakness to be exploited or manipulated for personal gain. Narcissists can be skilled at playing mind games and often use tactics like gaslighting, where they make the Heyoka doubt their own perceptions and reality. This can be deeply damaging to the empath's sense of self-worth, as they are constantly trying to appease and please their partner. One of the most destructive aspects of a marriage between a Heyoka empath and a narcissist is the emotional abuse cycle. The narcissist may demand attention and admiration, only to become cold or distant once the Heyoka has given everything they have. This intermittent reinforcement causes the Heyoka to constantly try harder, believing that love and affection can be earned. They may feel they are never enough, no matter how much effort they put into the relationship. This creates an emotionally exhausting environment where the Heyoka is continually giving but receiving little in return. As the Heyoka empath's emotional resources deplete, they may begin to retreat inwardly. Their typically open, loving nature can turn into withdrawal, but this only fuels the narcissist's need for validation. The narcissist, unable to understand the Heyoka's need for self-care, may view their retreat as rejection, further amplifying their desire to control and manipulate. The Heyoka at this point feels trapped in a cycle of emotional extremes, where moments of deep connection are often followed by long stretches of emotional neglect and toxicity. Despite the toxicity, the marriage may continue because the Heyoka empath often feels a deep sense of responsibility for their partner's happiness. They may struggle to detach from the marriage due to the intense emotional and spiritual connection they feel. However, the emotional toll on the Heyokas is significant. They may lose touch with their own needs, desires, and personal identity as they prioritize their partner's needs. Over time, this can lead to feelings of deep inner emptiness and confusion about their place in the relationship. The narcissist, meanwhile, rarely acknowledges the harm they have caused. They may continue to blame the Heyoka for any dissatisfaction in the relationship, projecting their own shortcomings onto their partner. In their eyes, the Heyoka is the one who isn't enough or is constantly too sensitive. This inability to accept responsibility for their actions further isolates the Heyoka, who may begin to feel hopeless and trapped in a never-ending cycle of emotional manipulation. However, the Heyoka empath's ultimate gift is their ability to see through the layers of deception and reflect the truth. At some point in the marriage, the Heyoka may begin to see the narcissist for who they truly are. This realization can be incredibly painful, as it forces the empath to confront the harsh reality of their partner's inability to love in a healthy way. The Heyoka may begin to realize that their emotional needs will never be met in this marriage, and that true healing can only come from within, not through endless self-sacrifice. A key moment of awakening for the Heyoka empath is when they realize that they cannot fix or heal their narcissistic spouse. This realization can serve as a turning point in the relationship, one where the Heyoka starts to prioritize their own healing and self-care. They may begin to set boundaries, protect their emotional energy, and distance themselves from the narcissist's toxic influence. It is not an easy process, as the narcissist may resist change and even escalate their manipulative behavior to keep the Heyoka in the cycle. For the narcissist, the Heyoka's shift in energy may feel like a loss of control. They may try to reignite the relationship with promises of change or manipulation. But the Heyoka is less likely to fall for these tactics as they grow stronger in their sense of self. The narcissist's need for control often leads to an eventual rupture in the relationship, especially as the Heyoka begins to see their own worth and moves toward healing. In some cases, the Heyoka empath may leave the narcissist entirely, choosing to step away from a relationship that is no longer serving their highest good. This can be a painful but necessary step for their personal growth and emotional well-being. The process of healing for the Heyoka may involve reconnecting with their own spiritual practices, seeking therapy, and learning to reestablish their sense of self. It is a long and difficult journey, but one that ultimately leads them towards greater self-empowerment. For the narcissist, the end of the relationship may be met with feelings of anger, rejection, and abandonment. They may attempt to devalue the Heyoka in a final attempt to regain control. But the Heyoka has already begun the process of moving on. For the empath, this may be a bittersweet moment of release, as they let go of a relationship that once held promise, but ultimately did not fulfill their emotional or spiritual needs. Ultimately, the marriage between a Heyoka empath and a narcissist can be a painful, transformative experience. It forces the empath to confront their own boundaries, self-worth, and emotional needs. It also challenges the narcissist's sense of entitlement and self-importance. Whether the marriage ends in separation or some form of resolution, the experience serves as a powerful catalyst for both individuals' growth and self-awareness, especially for the Heyoka, who emerges from the relationship stronger and more self-aware than ever before. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you've learned a lesson or two. I hope you've learned a thing or two. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel if you've not done so. Alright, make sure the notification bell is on. That way, every time I upload a new video, you get notified about it. Thank you.